But Satan uses you, girl, until your virtue's gone, until your chastity is gone, until your purity's gone, until your loveliness is gone, and you become coarse and vulgar. Boy, he uses you just long enough until the needle tracks run up your veins, and there is nothing else you can contribute. And you hold out your hand, it's withered. And the world doesn't want you anymore. They couldn't care less. But I'm here to tell you today, Jesus is in the synagogue. Hallelujah. They don't want him there, but he's there. They don't want him there. He's not a welcome guest, but he's there. And I'm here to tell you, Jesus, in spite of the sin and the rot and the degradation and the filth, he's in this world. And he's saying, come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden. I don't care how sinful you are. Come, let us reason together. Though your sins be as scarlet, they shall be as white as snow. Though they be red like crimson, they shall be white like wool. My Lord, I feel it. Jesus is in the synagogue. Jesus is in the synagogue. And this old world may not want it, but he's there. Hallelujah. Some of you'd like to get rid of us, wouldn't you? But brother, I got news for you. We're here to stay. We're here to stay. Glory to God, because he said the meek shall inherit the earth. The meek shall inherit the earth. Put your hand in the hand of the nail-scarred man from Galilee. He's going to last and he's going to live because he will live forever. And because he lives, I shall live also. Glory. Glory. Glory.
Better keep your mouth shut, Cody.
You're right. You can hear this.
You hear me?
I think you can look at it. Let me know the photo.
Swaggart, you just get too excited. No, I don't. I don't get excited enough. Were I talking about your little puny, pathetic Super Bowl, yeah, I'd be acting a nut, I'll admit. Were I talking about the World Series, I'd be acting a fool, I will admit. But I'm talking about the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. And Jesus that lifts men above the shadows and plants their feet on higher ground, that puts a gleam of the orphan's eye. Oh, that breaks the bonds, the chains, and the shackles of sin, that sets the captive free, that makes the drunkard sober, the harlot holy, and the prostitute pure. And I'm going to shout about it, because he said, if my people don't praise me, the very rocks will cry out my name and praise the name of God.
You don't think they were free? They were the most prostitutes?
I don't know. I don't know, really.
Glory.
I wouldn't know.
I don't apologize for my exuberance of joy. Because you see, I don't get a little bit of my joy from football, and a little from baseball, and a little bit from the beach, and a little bit from Disney World, and a little bit from the mouse, and a little bit from man, and a little bit from this. I get it all from Jesus, the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, the fairest of 10,000. Man with a withered hand. Now I want you to look at the church with a withered plan. They didn't want him. Here's the synagogue. I'm not picking on synagogues. The temples are the same. The churches are the same. They don't want him. Were he to come tonight and walk in church after church in this land, some would want him and shout till a million years. But most
they want a baker in Texarkana.
Most would not want him.
I can't show you now.
Most would not want him.
I saw it. There's something come down there. What's that yellow square for?
I don't know. It's about bakery crap.
Tiny bit controversial tonight. Most preachers behind most pulpits, most priests officiating in most pulpits cannot even tell a human being how to get saved. They don't even know how. They don't even know how. They have no idea about how to get saved, how to find Jesus Christ. Most religions are an abomination in the eyes of God Almighty. Now that's kind of hard, but I want to say it again because I want to make sure you get it. Religion is bankrupt. Religion is empty. Religion cannot save man, cannot offer man anything.
You record about 25 minutes now.
Hulk. The church today has become one giant referral system. We refer the sick to the hospital. We refer the alcoholics to Alcoholics Anonymous. We refer the emotionally disturbed to the psychologist. The church. Come on now. I'm plowing now, and I'm digging real deep. Telling you the truth. We refer the drug addict to the chemical dependency unit. We refer the oppressed to the pill bottle. We refer the demon-possessed to the insane asylum. We refer today the troubled marriage to the marriage seminar. The church has become one giant referral system. Something's wrong. We're leaving Jesus. We're leaving him. He's still alive. He still has the power
walk buddy for it.
to straighten out that withered hand. Glory. Hallelujah. Religion can't do it. Religious systems cannot do it, but Jesus can do it.
Watching what Monday.
Go ahead and give him a hand. You're talking about Jesus.
4 days ago.
You know what one man told me the other day? He was worth about $400 million.
4 million?
They tried to destroy me with all the ink and that could go on newspapers and the time over television stations. And I just went to see. Strange thing about it, I like it. That's the way Christians are. Scared him spitless.
I bet it did.
I said, why? Why? What have I ever done to you? And he fidgeted. Francis was with me. Jim Rentz was with us. He said, preacher, and he was honest, he was straight. He said, you want to know what I'm going to tell you. He said, before you came along, pointing that finger at us over television. He said we had our little religions, and they worked pretty good for us. He said, now you take me, I don't believe much in all of that stuff. I don't know if there's a God. I don't know anything about this born again stuff. But he said, I was feeling pretty good about what I did have. And said all the other big dignitaries felt pretty good too.
I got out of that DVD.
And he said, you come along and tell us we're going to hell. He said, now the others say that if you don't do just right, God won't love you. And he said, the others say, well, if you don't do just right, you might go to the bad place. He said, the others say, if you don't do right, you might get excommunicated. But he said, you point that long old bony finger right at the television set and say, you're going to hell. said it scared me. And I won't finish what he said. Because we knew you might be right. And if you're right, we're in trouble. I've said it humorously, but brother, I am right. Because this book says it. Unless you accept Jesus Christ. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him, not your religion, not your preacher, not your priest, not your denomination, not some dead saint somewhere, but believeth in him, you will have eternal life. You believe in him, and you have eternal life. There's no other way. I was in Rome the other day, and I was standing in St. Peter's Square, the Vatican. And a college professor was with us, a lady. She either had a couple of masters or a doctorate, I forget which, and she'd been with us for several hours. And we were standing there talking. And I asked her, I said, "Are you a Christian? Are you saved?" She said, "I don't know. I just don't know." She said, "I come here all the time." And she said, "If there's a God, I've never felt him. I don't know." She said, I'm so miserable inside. I'd like to know there's more to it than this." And right there in St. Peter's Square, Francis and I had the opportunity to lead her to Jesus Christ. And tell her that even though religion was bankrupt, Jesus was in the synagogue. And he was able to restore. We've touched the man with a withered hand. We've touched the church with a withered plan. Now for a moment, I want you to catch a slight glimpse of the power of the miracle-working man. When Jesus asked that question, "Is not a man worth more than sheep?" The Bible said they held their peace.
Are you going to record all this?
The
all that.
religious
Probably
leaders, that's
ran
who
out of
they
storage
were, that's
until
who he was
before
talking
it
to.
gets
They
sealed.
would have stopped him had they could, had they been able to.
Which is fast.
They hated him.
When you get 100% storage, you didn't get any more to record. And
When
space
he
to
asked them
record.
that question, there was
okay.
nothing they could say. There was no answer they could give because they knew they would condemn
It'll
themselves.
start off at 0, it'll start off 42%. I told you because I got too many apps.
And the Bible said that
Yeah.
Jesus
I
did
deleted a lot of
something that we
pictures.
don't too much understand, but
You didn't
you
delete
have to understand he was
Tabitha
he
and
was
me,
a man.
did you?
Well, I
as
had
well as
chat
God.
on it like it, but I deleted I left
The
his in
Bible
there.
said he
I
looked
kept
about
mine.
on them with anger.
I deleted all the
And in
Instagram
the Greek
pictures
it
and
means he was
I deleted
red
some out.
hot.
Oh, okay.
He was
Cleaned it.
angry
That's why I
at
had
those
42%.
religious
It was like
leaders
57.
because he
So
knew
you
they
deleted
could not
mine?
care less about this poor man.
Yeah, I didn't like that one anyway.
They were totally uninterested in the man. Anger. Christianity that will not grow angry at sin is no
I
Christianity
said she watched
at
the
all.
Crusade when she was young.
I don't know.
They get SBN, don't they?
I get more
I
letters from
guess.
people saying we don't understand.
Yeah, they do.
You're supposed to preach love. I do preach love. That's all I do preach is love. Because true love also will hate sin. And love that doesn't hate sin, doesn't hate the sinner, but it hates the sin, is no love at all. And any preacher that stands behind a pulpit and glosses over your sin and doesn't let you see hell for what it really is, that man does not love you. You hear me? Any preacher or priest that refuse to teach or preach to you the word of Almighty God and tell you the truth, that man does not love you. He may use smarmy words, and he may use long words, but he has no love for you. He's a hireling. But a true preacher of the gospel will grow angry at sin that's cutting and stealing and killing and destroying and tearing up the hearts and the lives of millions. I get angry over things. I get angry about 1.5 million little unborn babies being murdered in their mother's wombs every year. I get angry about that. Right. I get angry over Supreme Court justices that
What about
allow
all them
such travesty
mothers
of
that have
justice to
babies
happen.
when they're on drugs too?
I get angry about it.
They just take away, you know.
Yeah.
That kills the baby.
I get angry at our cities being turned into modern-day Sodom and
Some
Gomorrahs.
women lose their kid,
That
baby,
makes
because
me
of drugs.
angry.
The baby
I get
dies,
angry
or
at
state takes them
the
away.
feminists
That what they
that
say.
disregard the God of this Bible and laud that which is perverted. I get angry about that. I get angry at the filth that's coming through my television set into my living room, propagated by the movie tycoons and the entertainment tycoons of New York and Hollywood. I'm angry about it, mister, and I believe more people in America are getting angry about it. I'm angry at the garbage my children are being taught in public schools, that we came from monkeys and disregarding God. I'm angry about it. I'm angry that in the public schools of this nation, the 10 Commandments cannot even be hung on the walls of our schoolrooms. I'm angry about it.
Yeah.
I'm angry about it when some pointy-headed, ignoramus school superintendent fires a football coach because he prays with his team before each game. I'm angry about it. You're listening to me. It's time that the Christians in this United States of America grew angry over the filth and the
He
sin
can't say
that's
United
wrecking and
States, he
destroying
says
our country,
United.
and the politicians
Oh, yeah,
that
I
are
heard
sending
that
it to
one.
hell in a
Did they?
handbasket. It's time that we as children of Almighty God stood up and said we are tired of it, and we are sick of it, and we are angry about it. Hallelujah. Jesus looked around about on them with anger. You see, the world doesn't understand the church like that. We're used to this smarmy, dearly beloved. God help us. I believe Jesus refuses to go to Sunday school in most churches. God, give us some preachers with some backbone. Give us some preachers in this nation that'll preach with tears. Give us some preachers that'll preach with power. Give us some preachers that'll preach with strength. Give us some preachers that'll preach with the anointing of the Holy Ghost. Give us some preachers that'll scare the hell out of the devil and the devil out of hell. Give us some preachers with the power of Almighty God in their souls. Give us some preachers that'll stand like D.L. Moody stood and preach it until sinners tremble. That preach it like Charles Finney preached it until hell shook. They preached it like Jonathan Edwards preached it until hell steamed. Did you say what I thought I heard you say? Yeah, you heard what you thought I said. They held their peace. They had a little sense. Not much, but a little. I'd love to have been there. I like those high noon confrontations anyway.
He's getting him some water. He's getting thirsty, evidently.
Came out. Walked out. I always liked that. Man, it thrilled me. That's a whole lot better than these, I'm going to break dance. or whatever that nut does over television with his gloved hand. No, beat it. That's the name. Beat it. That's a whole lot better than beat it.
That's probably why some people don't like him.
Hallelujah.
Because he makes fun of
Jesus is
things.
standing there and he's red hot.
You know?
Yeah.
And that bunch of four-flushing, two-bit hypocrites sits there and shrivels up.
You don't say their names, though.
I know it.
And that poor old man standing there. Ooh, glory. Hallelujah. You could have heard a pin drop that day in the synagogue at Capernaum. My Lord, I'd like to have stood close. I'd like to have been there. You can just hear people's hearts. One demon says to another, I'm leaving. Hallelujah, hallelujah. I'm talking about Jesus. I'm talking about the Son of God. I'm talking about the fourth man that stood in the fiery furnace with Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. I'm talking about the man that's able to heal the sick and raise the dead and walk upon the sea. Glory. And he speaks. He speaks. And that poor old piece of flotsam, that poor old bedraggled, twisted, wasted, pathetic piece of humanity, broken, down. Oh, I want to get it across to you if I can. You've had it. Alcohol has killed you. Drugs have killed you. You don't know where to go. You're in prison. You're bound. I'm telling you, Jesus is in the synagogue. I'm telling you, he loves you. I'm telling you, he loves you, drunkard. I'm telling you, he loves you, drug addict. I'm telling you, he loves you, whoremonger. I'm telling you, he hates your sin, but he loves you. And he won't save you in your sin, but he'll save you from your sin. If you'll give him a chance, he loves you. Maybe so soft. He said, stretch forth thine hand. Oh, he picks it up. It's been twisted and gnarled and atrophied and curled and dead and lifeless and useless so long. But God is speaking. Stretch it forth. And he reaches out. He pulls that
You be
arm
done.
and pushes it on out.
You want
Every
more?
eye is on him. And all of a sudden, the fingers start to move. And the hand starts to straighten. And flesh starts to build up. And he starts to move it. And says, my Lord,
The
I'm
remote
well.
over there.
Look at that. Hallelujah, I'm well. Praise God, praise God. Oh, they said, look at him, look at him, look at him, look at it. And that bunch of rotten, degrading, hell-bound hypocrites left out of there and had a meeting as to how to kill him. But he said, mister, and he said it to you today, you're worth more than a dog. You're worth more than a sheep. And the Son of Man has come to seek and save those which are lost. It was a bitter cold night in Detroit, Michigan. Bitter cold. Snowing. Temperature plummeted and fallen, but the building Brightmoor Tabernacle was packed to the walls. Friday night, 1970.
You remember that long? Like 15 years before that was recorded.
I sensed it all day long. I felt it in my spirit. Jesus was going to be there that night, and I knew it.
Do you remember that long?
I guess.
15 years before
And
that?
as the crowds gathered, they
Yes.
filled every chair. They stood them around the walls. They put out every extra chair they could find. They filled the front. They filled the aisles. They filled the lobby. They filled the foyer. They filled the choir. And God anointed this poor piece of clay to preach that night. It was another case of a withered hand. When I bowed my head to give the altar call, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds bowed their heads. And when I asked them to come, scores started down the aisles. I never saw him. I never prayed with him. He was to become one of the powerful voices in Full Gospel Businessmen's Association in America, in the world.
She couldn't stay long.
God was to bless him mightily. Make no mistake, tonight he had a withered hand. He was on dope. He was on drugs. He was taking over 100 pills a week. And the monkey was on his back.
I
And
didn't
he
know
couldn't
that.
beat the game.
I guess you rode and told him.
And it was hell or heaven. Bondage, slavery, freedom, or Jesus. And with scores of others, he made his way down that aisle. He was rich. But he came. He knelt on my left-hand side. And what the psychologist and the psychiatrist and the therapist and the medical profession and the counselors had never been able to do, Jesus said, stretch forth your hand. And that night, instantly, beautifully, wondrously, magnificently, miraculously, and powerfully, he was instantly delivered by the power of God to never touch another pill. Free. That is the Jesus I preach. The case of the withered hand. I'll leave it to you tonight. I cannot judge you.
That's the title of this
But
sermon.
if there is a withered hand, if there is a man that's clouded and
The withered
confused, a heart
Jesus
that's
Christ,
gone cold and
the withered hand of the
he's
church.
telling you,
Oh,
stretch
That's
it
why I
forth,
understood him to say what's good and for
and
wrong.
it will become
yes, sir.
whole
You hear me?
as the other.
Yeah.
Bow your heads, please.
You're about done.
Heavenly Father,
Yeah.
45.
He'll do the sinner's
I
prayer
thank you.
when he calls them up there. The people will pray it, and then it'll go off after that. Prayer's over with.
I worship you.
You know?
In our halting, stumbling way, we have tried our best to portray you the way that we believe the Holy Spirit would desire that you be portrayed. I'm asking tonight that you would speak to every heart in this place and every heart by television. To tell us today, Lord, that over 50 million people are watching this program. But I know that you do not deal with them as 50 million. You deal with them one at a